Welcome to Vision Plus and welcome back to this senior form mathematics. We are looking at finding the center and the radius when we are given the expanded equation of a circle. Example 2 says that we need to find the center and the radius of the circles below. Part A says that we are given x squared plus y squared minus 4x minus 8y minus 5 equals to 0. So we are going to compare this given equation to the expanded equation of a circle. But let me tell you a simple trick of simply getting the center. The center is given by, you come to the coefficient of x, you change the given sign. If it is minus, you change it to plus. So here it becomes plus 4. Then you divide it by 2. Positive 4 divided by 2, it gives us positive 2. That is A. And then for B, you come to the coefficient of y. If it is minus here, you change it to plus. That means we shall have positive 8 divided by 2, positive 4. These are the coordinates of the center. Then we go on and find the radius. But let me compare it to the given equation of the circle, which is given by this format. So on comparing, what do we notice? We notice that negative 4 corresponds to negative 2a. Our markers. So negative 4 corresponds to negative 2a. They are coefficients of x. Divide both sides by negative 2, both sides by negative 2. A here becomes 2, simply, which is there. How about B? We compare coefficients of y. So negative 8 equals to negative 2b. That means B equals to positive 4, which is there. So from here you now say therefore the center is 2 and 4, simply in that manner. And then we go on and find the radius. What do we know already? We know that C is negative 5. C is negative 5. But we know that C is given by A squared plus B squared minus R squared. So let's substitute for C, A, B, and C. And for C, A, and B, that means C was negative 5. It means negative 5 equals to, what is A? A is 2 squared plus what is B? 4 squared minus R squared. And then you put your calculator, or you can go through the steps, but we shall find the same answers. 2 squared plus 4 squared is that, plus 5. R I'm getting 5 units. Therefore, the radius R is 5 units. Please, it is your task to simplify that. Let me prove mine. 2 squared plus 4 squared is 20 plus 5, 25 root 5. So that is the radius in part A, and this is the center in part A. And now going to part B. Part B says that we are given x squared plus y squared minus 2x minus 6y plus 5 equals to 0. When we assess by that formula that I told you, by that quick assessment, you just come and check the sign. If it is minus, you make it plus. So it becomes plus 2. Positive 2 divided by 2 is 1. Come here, it is minus, you change it to plus. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. These are going to be the coordinates of the center. But let's see if they are true. So we're going to compare it to the general form of the equation of the circle, which is given our markers, which is given by x squared plus y squared minus 2ax minus 2by plus c equals to 0. So on comparing here, we will compare, we shall see that negative 2 corresponds to negative 2a. Those are coefficients of x. So therefore, negative 2 corresponds to negative 2a. both sides by -2. Therefore, a here becomes 1. And in the same manner, -6 corresponds to -2b, the coefficients of y. -6 corresponds to -2b, both sides by -2. b here becomes 3, which we had obtained there. So now from here we say, therefore, the center is 1 and 3. Then we leave it. After getting the center, then we can find the radius. Because we know that on comparing again, c is 5. Also, c is 5. But we know that c is given by a squared plus b squared minus r squared. So we substitute. What is c? C is 5. So 5 becomes equal to a. A is 1 squared plus b is also 1. No, b is 3. Yes, b is 3 squared minus r squared. Then we solve it. I'm going on the calculator. 1 squared plus 3 squared. I'm getting 10. So if I carry that on that side, it becomes positive. So I will say minus 5. I'm getting 5. Therefore, r is root of 5. So we say therefore, the radius r is root of 5 units. I hope you are getting the same answer. Then we press again. We'll have 3 squared plus 1 squared. That is 10. Carry this one this side. 5 becomes negative. Take the square root. So that is the answer. It is correct. So that is the center, and that is the radius for part B. And finally, for example 2, part C. Part C says that we are given x squared plus y squared minus 10x minus 8y plus 28 equals to 0. Let us assess using that small formula just to guide us. So let me just say my center somewhere there. This one is -10. We change the sign. If it is positive, we change to negative. If it is negative, we change to positive. Now it is negative, so we change to positive. Divide by 2, we get 5. -8, we change to positive. It becomes 8. 8 divided by 2, we get 4. Those are the coordinates of the center. But for the beginners, we compare x squared plus y squared minus 2ax minus 2 by plus c equals to 0. So on comparing the terms of coefficients, so let me just say comparing, we shall see that -10 corresponds to -2a because they are coefficients of x. So therefore, -10 equals to -2a. Then we find a from here. We find that a is positive 5. Still also, -8 corresponds to -2b because they are coefficients of y. Both by -2, we find that b equals to positive 4, and we are obtained. Therefore, you say the center is 5 and 4. In that sense, as simple as that. After getting the center, then you can find the radius. There is no way you can find the radius without the coordinates of the center. So still on comparing, you are seeing that positive 28 corresponds to C. So 28 equals to C, or simply C is the same as 28. But also we know that C is given by the formula a squared plus b squared minus r squared. So we can substitute for a, b, and you can substitute for c, a and b, and then we find r. Remember, this is not c squared. Okay, the formula says c equals to a squared plus b squared minus r squared. I'm not saying here that is c squared. Some of you like what they like, and then you want to use it. So from here, we substitute for a, which is, we substitute for c, which is 28, equals to a. A is 5, coordinates of the center, squared plus b is 4, squared, then minus r squared. Then simply, you make r the subject and find the square root. So 5 squared plus 4 squared, it is that minus 28, take the square root. So I'm finding r as square root of 13 units. You must learn to press the calculator to save your time. In case you don't know how to use the calculator, the functions and the shortcuts, please you can book a session with me and we shall use that session just to teach you how to use calculator faster and more efficiently. Let me prove again. 5 squared plus 4 squared minus 28. Yes. So this is the radius. Therefore, the radius r in part C is square root of 13 units. So this is the solution to example 2 under finding the center and the radius given the expanded equation of a circle.